Hello and welcome to another Wineword Italy review. Today I'm going to look at two more wines from Tenuta Bonzara. This time I'm looking at their Monte Severo Bianco dell'Emilia, IGT, white wine, and their Rosso del Borgo, Colli Bolognesi DOC, Cabernet Sauvignon red. So let's go straight on with this one. Monte Severo is one of the mountains in the area near the Tenuta, and as all the other wines they take a local name. This particular is not a DOC, it's an IGT, and it's there we are, let's have a little look at that. Okay, it's 70% Chardonnay, it's a still white. The other 30% is Pignoletto, giving it a very local, very special kind of taste. So you get the best of both worlds. You get the nice crisp dryness of the Chardonnay together with the local suggestion from the Pignoletto. This one is refined and fermented the year following harvesting in oak barrels, and then given a further 6 months to mature in the bottles. So without any further ado, I'm going to crack this one open and see what we're getting in the nose. Incidentally, as you can see, I'm outside again, braving the elements we've had recently. 2 days ago, torrential rain, flooding all around, but fortunately today the sun is shining, the temperature's gone up considerably, and it's just right for being outside in the barn. I hope there isn't a problem later, because I'm right here with my dog, and as you know, he doesn't like corks. Let's see what happens now. He's looking at me. There we go, let's see what it is. No reaction at all. Okay, here we go, let's pop some of this straight in there. It has chilled down, I've put this in the fridge. Delightful. Glugging as it comes out. And my word, I've got the sunlight behind the camera, so the colour is probably better for me to see, but if you can see that there, it's a lovely pale yellow with a sort of greenish hint. They're very, very clear indeed, and already I can smell the aromas coming out of that. It's delightfully fresh. Let's see what we're getting. There's the dryness of the Chardonnay there, the dryness, but it's much fruitier. It's kind of an appley scent again. That's probably the Pignoletto coming through, and a slight suggestion of the oak, because it has been stored in oak barrels to refine, so we've got a hint of that there. But overall it's a kind of fruity, appley, not overpoweringly dry nose to that. Let's sip this, shall we, because it really is. It's the kind of day you should be drinking something like this. Chin chin. Oh, that's very smooth. It's got a sort of almost marmalade-y kind of smoothness about it. Quite strange, really. Not what I was expecting at all. Have another go. It's a sort of dry, cidery, appley kind of suggestion, but there's almost a marmaladiness there. It's a sort of citrus sweetness behind the overall dry effect of the Chardonnay. Very enjoyable. It's a shame I've only got a few minutes, otherwise I'd sit down and enjoy that. Now, what kind of thing can we eat with a wine like this? Well, obviously we could have a fish dish because of the Chardonnay influence, or we could have a mild cheese or something like that. But today I've got a peperonata, which is red, yellow peppers, onions and pasta, okay, which I think would be an ideal mix. Let's give it a try and see if they go together. Or have I got it wrong? Oh. Obviously the peppers have been gently cooked, so the sweetness has come out of those. So it should be an interesting contrast. Chin chin. Well, that's just about spot on. You can't get much closer than that. The sweetness of the peppers there, Generally it's a mild flavoured dish. The onions are cooked down as well, so they're quite sweet. So there's nothing sort of oniony about the onions. They're verging on the sweet side. Match that with the dryness of the Chardonnay and the Pignoletto, and we've got a good match. Invite you around one evening, we'll have a bottle of this and some pasta, and a barbecue, and a bottle of the other one. So there it is. Monte Severo Bianco dell'Emilia IGT by Tenuta Bonzara. Okay, it's the Chardonnay 70%, Pignoletto 30%, the volume of alcohol 13.5. So packs quite a punch. Don't glug this stuff, and serve it at about 10 degrees in an ideal world. We'll move on in a moment. So next up we have got the Tenuta Bonzara Rosso del Borgo. It's DOC. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon concoction. This one 2009, comes in at 13.5%. Once again, quite a substantial alcohol level. Wants to be served at about 16 degrees, and I think we're just about there today. This one's been outside with me, the sun's shining, so maybe we're at about the right temperature. Okay, let's get it open and see. Incidentally, if you are following this series and you know of Tenuta Bonzara, you're probably thinking, well, where is their big gun, their famous Bonzarone, which is their other Cabernet Sauvignon? It's multi-award winning. Well, my logic was, save the best till last. I'm enjoying all of their wines, but their big champion is yet to come, so I'll be presenting that probably in my next reviews. Okay, we've got it open. Let's pop some in, see what we're getting. Splendid glug, and an absolutely splendid colour. There it is. Look at that. We've got an intense, very dense colour. Yes, ruby red. Now there's a sort of pinkish tinge there, sort of what we got? Kind of, yeah, ruby red around the edge. Very, very good. Consistency in the colour, and it's staying well on the glass. Let's not waste any time. Let's get the nose in and find out what this wine is really all about. Oh, and straight away you've got the warmth, the lovely typical warmth of your Cabernet Sauvignon. The spiciness, there's the sort of warm spices there, there's the hints of ginger. And the herbs as well. The warm herbs, a kind of rosemary feel about it. It's a real glorious mix of smells. Behind there, the sort of the fruitiness of the Cabernet Sauvignon grape. Marvellous. Adapted very well to Italy. It's not an Italian native vine, but my goodness, they turn out some excellent wines using it here. Okay, so it's a very pleasant, warm, spicy, herby, plus the grape taste, or the grape smell. Let's give it a taste. Chin chin. And straight away, that's big on dryness. It's a real. Oh yes, very dry, but the flavour is full, and it's nice and smooth as it goes back. Let's try it again. Oh, that's better. The herbs are there, the spiciness is there, but overall it's a dry, but still fruity kind of taste. Alright, well, given a glass of this, what would you do with it? Let's see. Now, of course, Cabernet Sauvignon, you could have it with a real good gamey dish, or a mixed grill, a barbecue, or something like that. Why not? I shall certainly be tipping back some of this with a barbecue later in the season. However, there are other sort of snacky type things that you could enjoy equally well, such as I've prepared here. Now, what have I got? I've got some mature Grana Padano cheese. Now, Grana Padano, if you like, is a kind of poor man's Parmesan. Parmesan here is called Parmigiano Reggiano, okay, called Parmesan elsewhere. Grana Padano is just as good. I say it's a poor man's, it's only because it costs less. Just as good. This is a mature one. This, I think, is 24 months, something like that. And with it, I have got some pickled onions. Now you think, possibly pickled onions, that's going to totally kill the flavour of the wine. But no, why? These particular ones have been matured in aceto balsamico, balsamic vinegar, from the province of Modena, which adjoins very closely the Colli Bolognesi. So, in terms of geography, we're all very close. We've got the Padana Plain, we've got Modena province there, which is towards the Bologna side, and the Colli Bolognesi. So, geographically they mix. So let's see if in fact they do. I'll start with a little of the cheese. Just cut into flakes, don't have huge chunks of it because it's quite strong. Okay. It's quite salty, as well as being cheesy, but it's not a strong cheese. It's not like the Gorgonzola that maybe I looked at a few reviews ago. Chin chin. And that balances almost perfectly. Okay, now then, here's a real test. Pickled onion in balsamic vinegar, excuse me. Very crunchy. But unlike malt vinegar or white wine vinegar, it doesn't take your breath away. There's a sweetness in the balsamic vinegar which is extremely pleasant. One of my favourites to put on a salad, by the way. Balsamic vinegar. Chin, let's try it. And that's not overpowered at all. All the flavours of the wine are still coming through. In fact, you could probably use this to clean your palate after you've been eating something like pickled onions. Rather than just necking a little bit of beer or something to do it. Okay, so there we are. An ideal accompaniment to a roast, a barbecue, something like that, but why not with some good, mature Italian cheese and even some pickled onions in balsamic vinegar. Rosso del Borgo, Cabernet Sauvignon from Tenuta Bonzara, 13.5%. There it is. So once again, another splendid wine from the Tenuta. I've enjoyed drinking these two. I hope you've enjoyed the review. Take care. Have a very good week or weekend, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you again soon on Wineword Italy. Must have a drop more. Chin chin.